So in this question, the key thing to note here is that the difference between the consecutive terms is n minus 1. So what that means is that if n is 1, this becomes x2 minus x1 is 1 minus 1, and then x3 minus x2. And the motivation for this is you'll see pretty soon. N is 2, 2 minus 1, x4 minus x3. So you want to do it enough that you can see the pattern. And I always go at least 5, 6 terms because I want to make sure that I at least see it very clear. Now, you'll notice that the reason when I do this, you have a minus x2 and a minus x2, x3 and a minus x3, x4 and minus x4. So I note that if I add them, all the terms will cancel, and you'll see I might be able to get to x100 because the last one, if I write, if n is 99, x100 minus x99 is equal to 99 minus 1. And the previous term, I also do that, is n is 98, would be that. So when you add them, this is kind of this telescoping format where this is sort of a common type of a setup for these questions. I mean, obviously, I didn't see this right away. I first generated the first few terms, and I'll talk about that separately as well. But the key is once you do that, and if you add them, you'll notice these terms would all drop out, and you'll be left with x100 minus x1. x1 we already know is minus 1. And now I just need to add 1 through 99. So this is sum of consecutive integers up to 99. And I have 99 ones. So this would be minus 99. This sum is equal to 99, n plus 1 over 2. And then I'm subtracting minus 99. x1 is minus 1. So since I'm subtracting, that becomes plus 1. I can factor out a 99. So this is 100 over 2, which is 50 minus 1. And so this becomes 99 times 49 minus 1 is x100. And this I'm definitely going to use the calculator for. Not worth doing this by hand in the exam. So that's 4851 minus 1, which is 48. Sorry, is it 4850? Let me see. 99 times 4851. Yeah, minus 1 is 4850. For some reason, I was looking at that. So temptation is always there. So the answer is choice A. I'll show you my work, the original work. So the first thing I did was to generate the first few terms. And I noticed that the difference is in this arithmetic sequence where it's 1 apart. But then it wasn't an arithmetic sequence. The difference itself is increasing. So that didn't lead me anywhere. But I knew there has to be a pattern. And I think that's when I started doing that, and I realized that if I add it that way, I will just end up with x100. You'll also note that when I came to adding them, I was just making some mistakes here. You can see I was getting 4951, which is lucky because none of the answers are odd here. So those things happen, and this is exactly what you're trying to do in practice, and this is what you're looking to improve. Looking for a set method, or at least have like a set of approaches for these types of questions. And you're trying all of those, and of course in the exam you'll have only maybe a shot. Like here I attempted this way, and if I hadn't seen this, I would have given up on this question and moved on. So those are all the practical things you have to take into account for the exam, and that's going to be individual. But I just wanted to also share with you what actually goes when it comes to solving these questions. So to summarize, the answer is A.